Hi, my name is Christina Nisi Mathis. I'm a local realtor. Welcome to my YouTube channel, a practical go-to space where you can get real estate insights, local market updates, and practical guidance to help you move with confidence. Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel, Living in Georgia with Christina Nisi Mathis. Today we are discussing the pros and cons of living in McDonough, Georgia. But I don't want this to be just another recycled, oh, it's really, really cute. Downtown's very, very nice. And the traffic's really bad. No, today I want to give you 5 real pros, 5 real cons. I put people in houses in McDonough every single week, and I know exactly what they're going to ask before they buy the house, and I know what they're going to call me and ask me 6 months after they've purchased the house. So let's get into it. If McDonough is a good fit for you, I want you to know why. And if it's not a good fit for you, I want you to know that too. So let's get into it. So pro number 1 today is location. And I know you've heard that before. Oh, McDonough's 30 minutes from Atlanta. Well, this is what it really means, right? You are 30 minutes from Hartsfield-Jackson Airport. So for all of my flight attendants, everyone who travels for business or frequently travels for joy, relaxation, frequent vacationers, if you travel to see your family, I've had people buy in McDonough just because they want to be close to the airport, right? And so that is a pro. It also means you are 30 minutes away from Falcons, Hawks, the Braves, Atlanta United, the Fox Theater for Broadway, the Mercedes-Benz Stadium for concerts, the ViStar Amphitheater is only 20 minutes away in Stockbridge, and they host some pretty amazing concerts as well. You have access to all of that here in McDonough. Now here's the part that people don't talk about. The Peach Pass on I-75. Now, if you know how to use the Peach Pass correctly and you utilize the express lanes when they're going in the right direction, this greatly helps with commute times. So in the morning, headed north into Atlanta, in the evenings, headed southbound back home, right? And that is something that a lot of outsiders don't necessarily know when they first move to McDonough. If you don't like driving at all, right? There are some people traveling in or moving in from out of state. So the express bus exists. You can work in downtown Atlanta, catch the express bus, and never have to drive, right? It's a longer option than driving your own car. To be honest, it is a longer option. You're going to be traveling and commuting just a little bit longer than if you were driving yourself, but it is an option for those who do not wish to drive. So yes, the location pro is a lot bigger than just, oh, we're close to Atlanta. Location is key. All right, so I want to show you something on today's tour. You ready? Here we go. Just want to show you these lots. So we're in the driveway and we step into this backyard. Look at this. Look at that yard behind me. See these lots? They're still building this one right next door. And I just wanted you guys to see what you get. One thing I love about McDonough is the lots seem to be so much bigger. And don't get me wrong, they're building townhouses out here as well. The Valorian, the Avery, Silver Rock, there are some amazing townhome communities. But at the same time, sometimes when you buy your dream home, you're thinking about the barbecues, you're thinking about putting a pool in the backyard for the kiddos, you're thinking about that basketball goal or that soccer goal, and not having to drive to the park all the time in order for them to practice. And these lots are just amazing. So this is what you get when you move to McDonough, right? When you're purchasing new construction in other counties like Cherokee County, Forsyth, or even parts of Gwinnett right now, you are getting squeezed, right? There are some builders that, they just divide the lots up a little bit smaller so that they can make the absolute most profit. Some of these areas are so heavily populated. There are so many people moving to Atlanta every single year that there's just not room to have all of this yard space. Look at all of this yard space. It's amazing, right? And so you're getting real outdoor space for a play set, space for a garden. Hey, I love it, be a good vegetable garden. I grow my herbs, everything. Space for your dog to run, space for your kids to go outside, and you can see them from the kitchen window, right? And that is a good thing. And I want to be honest with you, not every neighborhood in McDonough is like this, but the fact that you can find homes with generous lots in new construction at this price point, the average price of a home in McDonough for 2,500 to 3,000 square feet right now is $390. And so a lot of these new construction communities start in the 300s and 400s. You're going to find this on a smaller lot in Gwinnett for about 600,000 and up, right? So if outdoor space, privacy from neighbors, or just the feeling of room to breathe and get fresh air, right, matters to your family, put McDonough on the short list and see this in person. Because pictures on Zillow, and as much as I love doing a virtual tour, those videos do not do it justice. School districts are often the deciding factor for families wanting to relocate. And so I need to keep it real with you. Henry County schools are consistently one of the better school districts compared to surrounding counties. In 2024 and 2025 school year, 89.6% of high school students graduated and prepared for college, according to niche.com. And so it's important sometimes to get those real numbers, right? But even in a school district with a good reputation, it is still important to pay attention to the specific schools and do the research for where you're deciding to stay at. And so a lot of parents want specific clusters of schools. I consistently get asked, hey, I want my child to be in this school district. Hey, I want my child to go to these schools. And so we have to search according to zip codes and all of those kinds of things, right? Positive pro about Henry County schools is that they offer school choice programs. And so even if you're not zoned for the cluster of schools that you want your child to go to, here in Henry County, you have an option that opens up some of that real estate for you if you're deciding where to relocate. So while we conclude pro number 3, here's the thing that I tell relocating families. Henry County schools aren't perfect. No district is, but it is something that raises property values, adds value to your neighborhood, brings quality to your life if you're raising children, and it's the reason why a lot of people stay in Henry County. Right, so let me put some numbers on this, because pro number 4 is affordable. And without the numbers, there's no context, right? So in McDonough, the median home is about $390,000, and you can still find new construction under $350,000. So some of those deals come with builder incentives, rate buy downs, ready to move in inventory. Just not going to find that in other places with the amount of lot size and square footage of your home. Just not going to find that in other counties. And in the more populated areas in Atlanta, you're going to get a smaller lot size. You may get a smaller square footage. Your houses are going to be closer together. And if you do match square footages, you're looking at 600,000 and up in some areas. So that's nearly double what it is here in McDonough. So for people moving in from out of state, or people moving out of the more populated areas in Atlanta into the suburbs, this feels like you hit the lottery, right? A 3,000 square foot home for under $400,000. Woo! Now, the national average for the cost of living, McDonough pretty much matches that. So your groceries, your utilities, and all of those things, they're going to feel pretty much the same, right? But when it comes down to how much square footage you're getting, how much of a lot size you're getting for the price, that's where you're going to experience that positive affordability. So when people say that moving to McDonough feels like they unlocked a cheat code, it's not an exaggeration. All right, so funny story, but not so funny, right? The weather in Georgia. 1 minute it'll be sunshine, clear skies. The next minute it'll be thunderstorming, typhooning, all of the things. So today was supposed to be a day where I got into the field, got some footage out there in those real estate streets, and the rain came in and has not gone out. So I am going ahead and finishing this video in the studio. Pro number 5 is definitely growth and development. I imagine that a lot of people wish that they had bought into the growth and development in Henry County and specifically in McDonough a lot sooner, right? McDonough is growing, and so not just neighborhood by neighborhood, but the actual infrastructure of McDonough is growing, booming, expanding. And let me give you some specifics. First up, Dodico Road, Costco, Sprouts. They put a Whataburger there. They put a Chick-fil-A there. They put a lot of little things there, but when a Sprouts comes or a Costco comes, that's a major retailer. And major retailers don't move out into an area unless there are facts, numbers, and everything to support it. They know that the growth is there, the clients are there, they're going to spend the money, and that's what's most important to retailers, that their business thrives in an area. So that part of McDonough growing, booming, and expanding, that is a major pro, right? Henry County just approved a 210 unit residential development on Highway 155 near I-75, right? So you've got the Valorian by Dreamfinders. It's a townhome community. When big lots open up, you can just about go on any major street and see in McDonough large areas of land being cleared out and residential neighborhoods being planted. I love seeing Templar. I love seeing the pipes. I love seeing the trees cleared out, and just knowing that pretty soon there will be brand new construction options available for those moving into the Atlanta area. Secondly, Governor Kemp has just proposed a $1.8 billion infrastructure project that will focus on expanding the I-75 corridor in Henry County. That's going to be immense when it comes down to calculating the commute time into and out of Atlanta, especially in the mornings and evenings when that bottleneck is so tight with all of those tractor trailers going in and out, all of the daily commuters going in and out. That's going to greatly help. And here's why this matters to you as a buyer. If you're thinking about relocating, if you're thinking about buying, you're not buying into a place that has peaked, right? You're buying into a place that's still building, which means that your property value is going to continue to build as well. When you get in before infrastructure lands, when you get in before the retailers come in, that's how you build that equity. I'm not telling you this to sell you a house. I'm telling you this because it's honestly what people say to me. They wish they had bought in sooner. I know a lot of people did a lot of buying during that COVID area, and people who hesitated or didn't do it then wish they had now. We'll see you in the next video for part 2, where we go over the cons of living in McDonough, Georgia. Thank you for spending time with me today. If this was helpful, please like, subscribe, and share with someone who may need it. I'll see you in the next video.